This is Investment Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Daily live streaming interactive. Featuring Mrs. Backup. Subscribe, hit the notification, smash the likes. Now, here's Backup Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to Investment Perspectives, everybody. I wanted to put together a quick video. R3 has kicked a door open for the pathway of digital assets and banks. And it's official. It looks pretty amazing. But the first thing I want to do is take us through a little bit of a quick journey here. There's an old clip that was sent to me, and shout out to the person who sent it because I cannot remember right this second. And I've been so crazy busy, and I wasn't able to find your email. But thank you to the person, you know who you are, for sending this old clip from CNBC. This is an oldie but a goodie in so many words. Jay Clayton basically defining XRP as not a security in 2018. Let's listen to what he says here in this 4-minute plus exchange, and it's pretty informative. There's a lot of information in this. Let's check it out.
There's a lot in that area. Let me start with the technology, distributed ledger technology. Incredible promise. It can drive efficiencies not only in the financial markets, but in a lot of markets.
Real quick, love what he's saying. Look at the prices. Look at the prices. Bitcoin was 76.37.96. Ripple was at 67 cents at the time. Ethereum at $608.30. Litecoin 121.39. Wow. You know, Cryptopolis remarked on that in the comments. And I remarked back, I said, yeah, how about it? You know, it's kind of interesting because if we had those prices right now, minus the Bitcoin price, you know, crypto Twitter would be a lot less toxic and a lot more enthusiastic. I could tell you that. Oh, I remember the time. Anyway, we push on. Let's listen to what he says. It really is quite a piece here.
Fine. Two areas in the financial markets where distributed ledger technology has come to the fore. Cryptocurrencies. These are replacements for sovereign currencies. Replace the dollar, the yen, the euro with Bitcoin. That type of currency is not a security.
Oh, he literally just described XRP and how it is not a security. Let's keep going because the rest of this is great too.
Let me turn to what's a security. A token, a digital asset, where I give you my money and you go off and make a venture. You have some company you want to start or something you want, and in return for me giving you my money, you say, you know what, I'm going to give you a return. Or you can get a return in the secondary market by selling your token to somebody. That is a security, and we regulate that.
And that's a great point because what he's talking about is ICOs, initial coin offerings. Ripple was already a company and XRP was already created and gifted to them for that reason. So it would not fall under the definition of a security. Let's keep going here.
We regulate the offering of that security and we regulate the trading of that security. And that's our job, and we've been doing it for a long time.
So you're saying the classic definition of security, you invest in a common enterprise with an expectation of profit. You're saying the way you look at most ICOs, they are securities.
Correct.
Exactly. And 2018 was the year of crushing the ICO because they were unregistered securities.
Are you planning now to make a clear statement on that? Because there seems to be a lot of confusion about whether anybody is going to get approved or not.
Bob, I hope I just did.
Look at the look on his face. I hope I just did. Oh, my goodness. And there's a great conversation here. I want to move on. You guys know that you can follow me at the top on Twitter. We have some other stuff to go over, but I think that's a great place to leave it for right this moment. Let's keep on because we got a lot more to do. By the way, this is a post from Mickey B. Fresh, who's always on fire and just a great wealth and source of information when it comes to XRP and cryptocurrency. And I'll tell you, Mickey has recently started a YouTube channel, and I would highly encourage everyone to please go subscribe and support Mickey B. Fresh. We are going to have him back on this show very, very soon. Let's definitely show him some love and hit that like and subscribe button for him. All right, here we go. So This is an alternative perspective on how to view a network like RippleNet and the XRP ecosystem, or any complex crypto asset network that has a disruptive solution. Complex system don't grow in linear fashion. Here's scientific research, and they undoubtedly debunk the slow and steady theory. And this is amazing. It's about 1:20. Let's look at this. It is fantastic.
Awareness, these platforms need to have agency through collaborations that enable a diversity of actors across the system to start to synchronize their activities in synergistic ways. Platforms for system change work to build systems awareness through bringing people together, creating structures that enable them to work together, make collaboration an attractor, and demonstrate value to the stakeholders. Likewise, they have to build adaptive learning feedback loops for the network to explore and learn about the problem and possible solutions. Collaborative change requires building shared understanding, shared language, and ultimately some form of collective intelligence. This starts with recognizing the other actors and the need to work together, then coordinating, collaborating, synthesizing. The result is the emergence of some new functional pattern in the system. As Co-Impact highlights in their approach, systems change is about realigning the underlying relationships, functions, incentives, and motivations to a higher, outcome-focused equilibrium. Systemic innovations can be suddenly pushed forward by a crisis.
By a crisis? Wow. Aren't we in a crisis?
Focused equilibrium. Systemic innovations can be suddenly pushed forward by a crisis, cultural changes, or disruptive technology, among other things. More often, they are the result of slow but cumulative processes entailing changing infrastructures, behaviors, and cultures that reach a tipping point.
And that's really where it stops, to be honest. And let me tell you something. That's remarkable. I mean, we're talking about a disruptive technology and a crisis that happened to be hitting about at the same time here across the globe. You all know exactly what's been happening. So far, let's just recap here. We've seen since 2018 that Jay Clayton's had a very clear understanding of what a security is in cryptocurrency, and what a digital asset is, and what is an ICO, and what is a security and what is not a security. That is remarkable. That is really, really sets the tone. Now, on the other side of that equation, we've been watching this implementation of this disruptive tech through the financial world, whether it be banks, payment providers, or remittance companies alike, even peer-to-peer applications. Now let's take a look at this right here. This is a nice short little clip. Thank you to Peter Vass, who sent this to me. Digital currency is going mainstream. Listen to this. Stand for business. You don't get any more clear than this.
Why would the banks disrupt themselves by introducing a digital currency that would make it easier for consumers and businesses to disintermediate the banks? Well, the banks may not be the innovators. It may be that they are the reactors, that they will react when others innovate. And I'm sure that they've considered the trade-offs involved in whether to disrupt themselves by introducing digital currencies, or whether to wait and react when others introduce digital currencies. Right now, digital currency sounds very edgy and kind of alternative lifestyle, but it's becoming the mainstream. And so the banks, the largest banks in particular, are very aware of this. They're investing in the technology, and they will provide this service as soon as it's profitable enough, after considering the cost to them of losing some of their current business that they're going to disrupt. Banks will eventually either be leading or following, but they'll be involved. They can't avoid it.
And there you have it from Stand for Business, right there. And you know what? To build on that topic, thank you to All the Money for posting this. 32 of Italian banking associates have gone live on the Spunto Banco DLT app for interbank settlement built on R3 Corda Enterprise. Now, let's get into this article really quickly here, because this is pretty amazing. So, let me see. That's not the particular one. 1 second here. There it is. R3 powers Italian banks blockchain settlement system. This is April 28th of 2020. 32 banks in Italy have gone live with one of the first real-world deployments of enterprise blockchain technology in interbank financial markets. The Spunta Banca DLT app for interbank reconciliation has been built by the Italian Banking Association, ABI, on R3's Corda enterprise platform. Now, R3 Corda's enterprise platform gives access to the Corda settler, which uses XRP, the digital currency, as an option for settlement. Now, does DLT mean XRP or Ripple? No, but we know for a fact that R3 is using XRP as a digital asset option to settlement on the Corda settler. So, want to make sure I'm very clear for that, right? So, at any rate, which we do all the time on this channel. However, I do want to make it very clear. The good news here for me is that R3 is like a gateway. R3 has kicked the door open to these major banks beginning to use distributed ledger technology application for interbank reconciliation. Okay, this heralds one of the most significant real-world digital transformations in the interbank financial services sector to date, says David Rutter of R3. Connecting such a large and diverse group of banks in a live environment is a major milestone for Corda, providing a glimpse into a brighter, more efficient, interconnected future for financial markets. The traditional reconciliation process for interbank transactions in Italy, formerly governed by the Spunta process, is notoriously complex. Spunta Banca DLT uses a permission ledger to quickly identify mismatched transactions and enables the development of standard processes and communications, with the net effect is enhanced transparency. Each pair of banks communicate and share information with each other privately. The only data exists on a bank's nodes involves transactions to which the bank is a party. Automatic feedback is provided on the transaction to each party. The solution automates the reconciliation process and enables banks to pinpoint mismatches in interbank transactions quickly by sharing common data in a secure way, and resolves mismatches in transactions that are normally labor-intensive process, hampered by a lack of standardization, fragmented communication, and no single version of the truth. Now, this is exactly what we're talking about when you say the Jevons paradox. This kind of standardization and efficiency that is brought to an industry can end up increasing it by making that investment in that standardization and efficiency. It could end up increasing the business like it did in the shipping industry, 700-800%. The new application completed final testing at the end of 2019 is now in production, with the adoption from entire Italian banking sector expected by the end of 2020. The solution enables banks to pinpoint mismatches in interbank transactions quickly by sharing common data in a secure way, performing checks and exchanges directly within the application, and using standardized processes and communications for correcting issues. The solution's smart contract technology also provides banks with automated feedback on their transactions, leading to results that include lower operational risk and faster, more transparent reconciliation. Corda was perfect for the Spunta process for many technical reasons, explaining Silva Antonesio, head of the innovation at ABI. The first benefit was the banks gained full visibility of all the information about the account, both Nostro and Vostro. By the way, remember, Nostro and Vostro, ours and yours, right? Just a perspective on where the account is and who the person is addressing it. So traditionally, getting this information has required as many phone calls as the numbers of involved parties and waiting for the answers from each one. The next stage of the project will see the creation of a working group of European banks to extend the application to a European level. This will involve working other European countries to define requirements created by the characteristics of the Nostro and Vostro account process. Oh my goodness, this is exciting. This is exciting because it's R3. Does it mean XRP is going to start going up in price tomorrow morning? No. But what it does mean is we're one step closer to XRP being used as a settlement option, because that's the plan. That's the plan. If it wasn't, they'd use something else. Okay, now I wanted to run through this for a second here, just as a reinforcer. Again, using R3 Corda with 32 banks allows the option at some point for the Corda settler. Uses XRP. This is from Finextra. This is the actual article right here. And we went over that article a few weeks ago because it's also tied to Swift. Both Corda and Ripple are open source blockchain platforms with a focus on serving enterprise businesses. Therefore, it makes sense that Corda selected XRP, the globally recognized cryptocurrency, as the first and only supported cryptocurrency settlement on the platform. They do go further in other articles talking about expanding that option to other assets. Distributed ledger technology provider is an older article from at least 2 years ago. Distributed ledger technology provider has launched a Corda settler, an application aimed to facilitate global cryptocurrency payments within the enterprise blockchains, and it's starting with XRP. R3, as late as last July, Corda settlement with Ripple, testing Corda settlement with Ripple XRP, partnership likely. Then it goes through here, and it does reference in here that they also want to consider will use a host of other cryptos, XRP being the first, shows its widespread appreciation and transferring value. I think at the end of the day, the way I see that, the way they're laying that out, is that XRP will settle the friction between any other digital asset used or fiat. So, moving on, let's go to here, and we're back to the very beginning, and this is where we are. All right, look, I'm going to wrap it right there, but the reality is we've seen a clear vision, at least from 2018, 2 years ago or longer, from the SEC and Jay Clayton about what XRP really is. We see a pathway from the disruptive technology and how the system can work to be a big bang cutover and how it can make a massive impact or even a Cambrian explosion, just like Chris Larson says. We see here the evidence from Stanford University from Daryl Duffy, who tells us flat out that at some point banks know they're not the innovators and they will be using digital assets. To back that up, we have the news, thankfully, from All the Money here that tells us R3 powers the Italian banks, 32 of them, and they are now using the Corda enterprise platform. It's a matter of time before they're using XRP for settlement. That's going to do it for me, guys. Just by the way, a quick note, no live stream for the next couple of days. I am deep down in the material, interview material, laying out the timelines and the chapters right now for the documentary Kryptonaires, and it is very exciting, and I can tell you there is some amazing footage already, and I'm not even close to going through it all, so hang in there. This is going to be exciting. As soon as this process is done from my desk, when I do this, everything will be shipped back to Mike Jansen, and he will begin to put these final elements and pieces together. I'm so excited for you guys to see this. All right, that's going to do it for me. Hit the like and subscribe, guys. If you like the content, please share it, and we'll catch you on the next one.